And now, suspense.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have a physical media haul from Bookoff, and this Bookoff haul is actually one in my home state. So Bookoff is a physical media store. They have like manga, anime figures, like anything that your nerd heart desires. They probably have it there at Bookoff. And they recently opened one here in Arizona. It's about 20 minutes from my house, so not very far. I've been able to go in there a few times, but I was actually there on the grand opening, the day that it opened. I luckily had the day off, and I was able to grab a few things, but I was never able to sit down and actually record a video to show you guys what I got. So I'm doing it now. So before the new Bookoff opened here in Mesa, Arizona, I've only ever been to two other Bookoffs, one in San Diego, California, and the other was in Honolulu in Hawaii. So when I heard the announcement that they were going to open one here in my home state, I was super happy. Luckily, I had the day off, and so I was able to go to the grand opening. I got some stuff, and I have been back since then. I actually posted about my experience in their trade-in or sell offers that they do. Wasn't a very good experience. Not that that doesn't mean I'm not going to go back, but I just wasn't really all that happy with how they do their process.
This is whack! I can't get jiggy with this shit!
First up, we have the Angry Birds 2 movie. This is like The Godfather with more giant purple birds. This is a sequel that improves on the original. And I didn't make that up. It's exactly what's written up here. But yeah, I picked up, I don't remember if I ever showed it in a haul, but I picked up the first Angry Birds a while back on 4K. And I don't remember why I picked it up. It was super cheap. So I was like, you know what, whatever. And I ended up kind of enjoying it. So I wanted to grab the second one. Next up, this one was brand new, not anymore because I opened it. The Meg 2, The Trench. I don't know what I can say about Meg 2, The Trench that hasn't already been said by everyone. It's just dumb fun. I mean, here's the thing. I don't go into these kinds of movies, a movie with Jason Statham and giant sharks. I don't expect it to be next level writing. I don't expect it to be like some sophisticated piece of cinema. I don't. So when I heard a bunch of people moaning and crying about how bad this movie is and how disappointed they were, I just like facepalmed so hard. What were you expecting? Moviegoers are like the worst type of people on earth, I think, because they're just never satisfied. They're never satisfied. And they go into something thinking it's going to be something else. And then when it isn't what they expect, they get angry and irrational. So yeah, if you went into Meg 2 thinking you're going to get, you know, cinematic level gravitas and everything, and, you know, that's on you, my guy. That's on you. Next up, we have Old here. You can see I got it for $9.99. I've been looking for this one for a while. Finally found it with the slipcover. Haven't had a chance to watch it. Still has the Bookoff sticker on it. An M. Night Shyamalan joint. I actually enjoyed this one. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, but that's the thing with M. Night Shyamalan movies. There's not a whole lot of middle ground. He's definitely one of those directors where you either love him or hate him. You know, there really is no like in between. I've never heard anybody say, yeah, it was all right. It's either, oh yeah, it was really cool, or it was pretty good, or I hated it. That's pretty much how it goes with an M. Night Shyamalan joint. Admittingly, I am a fan of M. Night Shyamalan. So when I go into an M. Night Shyamalan movie, I already know what to expect. I'm either going to expect to have a good time or just think that it's absolute garbage. And honestly, I think M. Night Shyamalan's been on a roll. I mean, and then his new movie that he has coming out looks pretty interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm sure the ending will divide a lot of people, as it usually does. Next up is a movie that I feel like kind of catfished us, but this is why I don't watch trailers anymore, just because trailers can be very deceiving. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. I went into it thinking that it was going to be a film about Mr. Rogers, and in fact, it's actually about a journalist writing about Mr. Rogers and how meeting him kind of affects his life. I mean, it's not a terrible movie, but you have to know going into it that it's not going to be about Fred Rogers' life, which I feel like we probably would have been a better movie, but who knows? But no, we get the story from the journalist point of view, and I mean, you still get a lot of the essence of what Fred Rogers stood for. but you also have to see it from the eyes of a character who, in all honesty, isn't that likable, but I think that's kind of the point. But yeah, this was really cool. It was really cheap and it came with a slipcover, so I was like, why not? Next up is a movie that I haven't seen in a really long time, and I thought, all right, this looks pretty cool. Let me get it, you know? The Howling on 4K here with this cool slipcover. This movie's weird. So I really like werewolf movies, even the bad ones. I just love the idea of werewolves. I think werewolves are cool. Hot take, I think werewolves are cooler than vampires. Vampires are pale, pasty, or you sparkle and they have to suck on people's necks. Kind of sus.
That's so sus.
But yeah, I rewatched The Howling. The werewolf transformation is pretty damn cool. I mean, I grew up on a lot of these like really weird, kind of cheesy B horror movies, and so like this kind of stuff is like right up my alley. And last but not least, a movie that I have been looking for a while, and I kind of thought that I would never own it, for at least for a good price. And I actually found this, and it was brand new. I took it out of the packaging already because I've watched it, and I really enjoy this movie, and I'm so happy that I found it for a good price, brand new, not anymore though. But Wall-E on the Criterion box set here. Oh, wrong side. This is really cool, but yeah, here's a little booklet. This is a really cool release. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of Criterion, but when they release box sets like this, I think they just look really cool. They kind of just stand above the rest, especially for the price point. If I'm paying $40+, I want it to be in a nice box set and have really cool artwork. If not, then it's kind of pointless. So to be able to find this brand new, and it was $18. $18, people.
And what is that, bro?
It was a no-brainer, and I just had to grab it because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to let anybody grab this. The only gripe that I have is that I really want to buy the original Disney 4K release, because if you don't know, this isn't the first 4K release of Wall-E. And I kind of want to know if that one's better, because this one, admittingly, as much as I love the movie and as much as I love this actual release and I think how awesome it is, the 4K transfer itself isn't great. And I don't know. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that. And I don't know what it is. On my TV and everything, I have an OLED TV, top of the line Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player. I've got, Dolby Atmos, Dolby Audio, Dolby Vision, all that, and was not great. I don't know what it was. There are some shots that look really good, and there are some other shots that don't look as polished as I feel like they should. And especially if they're going to do something like this, where they get a boutique label and they put out something like this, hopefully it gets better if they start to redo, like, if they start to release more Disney pictures on Criterion for 4K. I really hope they do a better job, just because, I mean, this wasn't terrible, but with the reputation that Criterion and Disney have, I feel like it should have been way better looking, and it just wasn't. So it's a little bit disappointing in that aspect. And as much as I talk about Criterion, every Criterion release that I've seen has been pretty damn good. So that was it. That was my Bookoff haul from the newly opened Bookoff in Mesa, Arizona. And hopefully there will be more to come. I just don't really get out that way very much, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.